Come in.
Hey, I'm gonna return this. I don't think I'm worthy anymore.
You know license isn't even spelled right?
Well, extraordinary isn't spelled right either, so...
Touche. So what seems to be the problem?
I didn't like Vice.
You did. I didn't like Vice either. I thought I was
the only one too!
So what about Vice didn't work for you?
I felt like the styles were conflicting. Like, it set up at the beginning that it was going to be this fun, meta story, but it turned out just to be a really generic telling of what really happened, and I felt like that wasn't set up in the beginning.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with you about the conflicting styles. I feel like there was too much going on. I really wish that they had gone 100% in on the meta style, or at least gone 100% in on the Dick Cheney biographical style. I don't think that they committed well to either side, and it was a weird mishmash of both.
I also didn't like kind of the bland, drawn-out scenes such as the Macbeth scene. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. What was that? It was a bunch of random stuff in there that didn't match up with the story. It kept bouncing back and forth, which was kind of confusing at first. I felt like it wasn't as interesting as what it could have been if it just got to the nitty-gritty right away.
I do think you're forgetting about a lot of the positives that this movie has, and maybe that's why you feel guilty about still having your critic's license. But the performances, for starters, were really, really good, especially by Christian Bale and Amy Adams playing Dick Cheney and Lynn Cheney. Steve Carell, maybe not as much. His performance was just kind of Michael Scott if he was older. But how did you feel the performances were?
I felt like the performances were kind of bland. I feel like Rachel McAdams did a good job. Amy Adams did a good job. Under all of Christian Bale's makeup, you can still tell it's Christian Bale under there doing some amazing acting. He really transforms himself into Dick Cheney.
Overall, I feel like Vice was a mishmash of styles that should have definitely committed to one or the other, either being fully meta-comedy or fully biographical Dick Cheney movie. And I think it has some really good performances. It's decently shot. It has a really good prank that it pulls in the middle, and probably my favorite post-credits scene ever. But overall, it's a bit of a forgettable mess.
I totally agree. They did a great job of showing the life and story of Dick Cheney, but there's a lot of conflicting themes in there, and not a lot of great performances in there to set it apart from anything that we saw in 2018.
Well, sir, I'm going to give you one last chance. You better use this wisely when you see glass.
Will do. And remember, steal the show.